Hi everyone, it's Hans here, the founder of Cappuccino, and welcome back to this latest episode of Flat Whites and Insights, a podcast created to allow a space for open, honest and vulnerable conversations with real people held over a beautiful cup of coffee. I'm back for Series 4 and I can't wait to get going again with so much more to dive into and share with you guys. So to grab a coffee for yourselves, take a moment, and I hope you enjoyed this latest conversation. Thank you, take care, and enjoy. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
Good.
Thanks so much for taking some time to join
Thank
me
you
on
for
Flat
having
Whites and
me.
Insights. And I'm really looking forward to having a chat,
Yeah,
getting
me
to know
too.
a little bit more about
I'm
you,
excited.
what I do know. So Tree Artisan Cafe in Oxford, you manage there?
I do, yes. I started out not managing, and then our whole team switched pretty fast.
Yeah.
So I got into management position pretty speedily. So I've been learning on the go. But really, a really nice little spot to be managing. Like,
Yeah.
really nice boss, really nice space, really nice team. So yeah, still very new to it, but enjoying it for sure. It's a lovely area.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it is a really nice area and nice little commute for you as well. I see it. I
Yeah.
see your videos for those who
Yeah,
follow
yeah,
you
yeah.
on Instagram. So you cycle in. Which,
Yes, I do. I cycle in. I'm usually on the open shift because it's a bit easier management-wise. If anyone's ill, then I can
yeah,
do the last little section of the day. We have quite long hours there, so there's a lot to do in a day. But it's slightly outside of the city centre, which means that the people coming in are a little bit different to like city centre tourism vibes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of locals, a lot of professors, a lot of students, a lot of people visiting just for like the coffee shops in that area. So it's just like a really nice, like friendly vibe. And we're really big on our customer service. So like people coming in feel really welcome.
Yeah.
It just feels like homely. It's a nice environment to go into at the beginning of the day, like for me as well as like other people.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Amazing.
And I'm not just saying that. Like, I know I'm biased.
Yeah,
but
no, of course you've got to say it. Well, yeah.
I've got to hype it up a bit.
But of course, no, and it's important. I think wherever you work, whatever industry,
Yeah, for sure.
particularly something that can be quite intense, as you say. I think we were saying before, while we were just brewing up some coffee, which is the coffee from Tree Artisan, which we are having today. So, and thank you for that. Thanks
No
for bringing
worries.
that along. And yeah, for me, I've never worked in hospitality, so for me, coffee is very much that escape, and I can go through the process of brewing, and it's slow, and for me, it's a relaxation.
Yeah.
There are times, of course, where it's busy in a shop, and
And it's not relaxation.
it switches. It switches, and it's just
Yeah.
about getting the coffee out, still keeping the quality.
For sure.
But and so, it was interesting though how you mentioned that coffee is not necessarily so. Would you say you're not super passionate about? This is the way you say, like, calling you out
Don't
while
put words
recording.
in my mouth,
No. But passionate about the drink and the service, but maybe it's more the service and the industry
I think it's
rather
that
than
connection more than the product itself. Obviously, the product is so important for the business and for getting our name out, and it's an incredible. We provide really good coffee.
Yeah.
But there's such a big aspect of connecting with the community and with people over a little hot drink, a little hot beverage that isn't really. It's such a small thing. Like coffee's such a small thing, and it's become obviously a lot bigger recently.
Yeah.
But it goes back years of older ladies sitting down with their cups of tea and just chit chatting, and just having that opportunity to kind of share that with people daily is really it's wholesome and it's nice. And we're very big on our latte out there. And people really connect with that. They get a little like present in their drink when it arrives.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this is really cool. Like, how do you learn? How do you do it? And then you're connecting with people that you otherwise literally would never connect to. And just having that community, I think, is almost as important as the quality of the coffee.
Yeah, I think I agree as well, because I think there's a lot of places, especially in Oxford now, there's a great coffee scene. There's a lot of places where you can get a great cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And a lot of what people would return to, or what they enjoy, or what they remember, is the experience that comes along with that.
For sure.
I think I've had various people on the podcast before who kind of been involved in cafes, and I think I remember one, so Cooper's Coffee, they're based in Marlow, so a bit out of the way, but I remember James saying it's like his main aim is that people leave feeling a little bit happier than they did when they came in.
For sure.
So no matter what they are, how they are, they're
Yeah.
in a great mood, they're going for coffee, they feel a bit better, if that's what they need to pick them up or something. So
For sure.
sounds like that's kind of something similar.
That's what we're aiming for sure. Especially like in the mornings as well. People are coming in and you're the first face they see, like in the morning, who's like actually talking to them.
Yeah.
And you want it to be an environment that they want to keep coming back to. And we do see people, like the mornings especially, it's the same people every single day. And you're there and you're like, hey, my friends are coming in, like you're getting a flat white, you're getting this. And you get a buzz off of it as well, of being like, I know these people, I'm never going to have a conversation with them outside of this environment, but regardless, we're having fun and we're giving them a smile in the morning, and they're going off just a little bit more ready for their day than they were when they walked in, which is great.
Yeah.
Like the least we can do, you know?
Yeah, exactly. The nice bit. And connection you mentioned there. I think for anyone, like the human experience, and there is a fears of losing that a little bit, what with AI, everything becoming digital.
Yeah.
A lot of people, even if they're working from home, if you're working from home full time, for me that wouldn't be great for myself.
Yeah,
I think I know I'm quite a people person. I thrive off those conversations, the environment, other people's energy, other people being around.
Yeah, definitely.
We did it a bit during lockdowns when I suddenly went to working from home, and like I would say, I'm not overstating to say, it kind of just broke the team apart a little bit. We had a team that had such a good energy, and and like we really bounced off each other. We were working in fundraising at the time as well, so you'd hear about other people's fundraisers and activities they were doing, so it would give you that kind of motivation to keep pushing. And it definitely, the job was the same, but it was very, very different. And so since then, that's why I like in the day job, so to speak, like the kind of operations, people side of things. I'm in 4 days a week, so it's important to have that connection wherever you are. And whether that's with your colleagues, whether that's with management, whether that's with the customers as well. So
it's vital, I feel.
It must be a nice feeling when people are coming back as well, and they're like, yes, they're coming back for the coffee, but it's all those other factors that you've mentioned is why they're coming back, really.
Definitely, and even just new people as well, just being like, some of the reviews that we get are just, I've never been in there, but I was greeted like I'd been there like 8 times before, and just hearing that from people, and some people come in and they go, wow, the energy in here is like really nice. And I'm like, yes, like
that's almost like the best compliment. That's
the biggest compliment. People being like, oh, the energy in here is good. Like, oh, thank goodness, because like I know the owner works so hard to make sure that happens. She's so particular about customer service, and therefore I am in how I'm training people. And it's so nice then to get feedback from people just being like, wow, this is like, you guys have a good thing going here. And I'm like, yay, thanks. I'm so glad that you recognise that, because that's what we were striving for. And then, if they're like, oh, it's really good coffee, I'm like, okay, second on the list.
That's also, of course, because that's got to be, because even no matter how good the energy and the vibe is, that would change if the coffee wasn't
if the
great,
coffee was awful, for sure. It's a great thing to go hand in hand, definitely.
Amazing, and I do need to get myself along again. I mean, I've been there before. It was probably before your time. Okay, it might be before you, because how long have you been there now?
I've been there, I think I've just hit 2 years, but they've been open for 5 years.
Yeah, it would have been before then. I think I remember, because how like Cappuccino was started, so I was signed off work for a period of time, and I kind of needed a purpose as such. I felt like something to keep me busy, keep my mind away from other things itself,
for sure.
to be fair, and then also, exploring new places in Oxford. And I was just kind of, the passion for coffee was just kind of growing at that point. This was before lockdowns, and I would initially set it up to review cafes, and I'd try different spots in Oxford, and I think I remember going into Tree Artisan, and that was one that I hadn't been before, and I really enjoyed the experience, but I need to get back. I'm not in Oxford, the centre, so much these days. Yeah.
Well, you're going to get busier now, aren't you?
I know.
Not going to make it.
But with going down to part-time a little bit, with the little one on the way, maybe, maybe his first baby Chino can be in.
Oh my God, I would love
it can be in Tree Artisan.
Privilege.
We'll see.
Incredible.
5-6 months down the line, however long it is down the line.
Sounds good. I'll be there.
Then, we'll bring him in.
Yeah, nice.
But so I do need to get along when I can. But as I say, busy now and working in Oxford, but out in the Cowley Business Parks. So
it's hard to get in as well now. They won't let anyone in. Like,
well, no, that's true. Yeah, congestion. It's just the traffic that way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Busy, but then I can see why for people who are in the centre.
Yeah.
And as you said, you've got a good mix of maybe students and then people who work there,
Yeah, for
tourists
sure.
as well.
Yeah.
Must be a good
It's a
mix of
lovely
energy.
spot. Yeah, really nice.
Nice. So 2 years you mentioned.
2 years.
Coming up
that's
2
it.
years. And is this your first experience in coffee or?
So I say yes. For a year before I worked in Tree Artisan, I was in a kids museum, which had a cafe and a shop, which is where I was working.
Yeah.
But very beginner, very basic, not speciality coffee, just had a coffee machine
Yeah.
that I got put on, you know, like, oh, steam the milk. And I'm like, what do you mean, steam the milk?
Steam the milk, yeah, what does that mean?
That's foreign to me. And I was taught by, I started in the summer, so I was taught by two, couldn't probably use the word kids, like late teens, early 20s, who were there just for a summer job and who were there just to have fun. Had the time of my life, one of the best jobs ever, but definitely not specialty coffee, but a step into the door of hospitality. And then I was only there a year, and then was job searching. And I actually had never heard of Tree Artisan Cafe, but I had applied to literally every single other specialty coffee shop in city centre, and I was on Google Maps, just like scrolling through,
find
like
cafes,
just looking around and be like, okay, send them an email. And Tree Artisan got back to me, and I was like, I've like never heard of this place, but you know, they got back to me, and the trial shift was lovely, and just the work ethic that they had, and the manager at the time, Lydia, was just like so welcoming, and it was just the vibe that I wanted out of a job.
Yeah.
And you can tell that it's good because I'm still here. I was like, it's going to be a year. Like, it's just hospitality. I'm not going to stay that long. I feel like a lot of people have the same story of like, I'm just going to be here for like a little bit. And now I'm like knee deep in there, just being, like managing, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes right now. We've just started up our website, so we're kind of like learning how that works.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good experience. It's like it's opening you up to a lot of experience in management,
for
so
sure.
far beyond coffee, and there's obviously the skill. So you're still behind the bar making drinks and stuff as well?
So I'm still on shift a solid 95% of the time.
Okay, nice.
So I'm on the floor.
On the floor, metaphorically.
Sometimes on the floor,
Yeah.
mostly on the floor. So I am trying to come off of the floor a little bit more now, because there is just so much going on behind the scenes that the owner needs help with. But yeah, it's kind of difficult. Like, people want to work, but they don't want to work too much. Which is, hey, I get it.
Yeah.
Who wants to work too much?
The joys of management, right? It's a whole other skill and a whole other level.
It just
of
really opens up, like, just the inner workings of the place. I'm like, oh, so this is actually really difficult. Like, there's so much going on at all times. You think you settled into a nice little team, like everything's going smoothly, and then, oh, I'm gonna go, like, it's been nice. I'm like, okay, no worries, let me just find someone else to replace you, and all of these things. And every single team that we've had in has been wonderful, but it just feels like every time that we settle into it, it's like, oh, actually, we're gonna restart again. I'm like, okay, no worries.
Yeah,
But
which is...
it comes with it. Swings and roundabouts, you know?
Yeah,
Like...
yeah, of course, and I think it is that challenge, and then, as you say, but part of the joy of getting it right and getting that team, and you know,
sure.
I guess not being complacent. It's that once you've never, I don't think you've ever quite made it in business management, and anyone who thinks they've made it is probably
you're too far.
You're slipping behind. You're too far in. Yeah,
for sure.
But that must be really cool personally as well, just to kind of see that side of things. And I love what you say about, oh yeah, I thought, you know, just be hospitality, and it's interesting because I was probably quite naive when I first was going to those coffee shops and just reviewing cafes.
Yeah.
I didn't know the coffee industry at all. You know, I thought it was just, you know, which now sounds so silly and so naive when you think, okay, well, how did the beans actually get there from the farms? You know what I mean? Right? In terms of people just go in, they press a few buttons, coffee appears.
I come to coffee and I drink it, and here we are.
That's the skill, and like it's it was really interesting. So Andrew from like Cupping Directive, that will be out by the time this comes out. We were speaking recently, he said that for people who are looking to get into coffee or just baristas, for example, like if you want to be there and you want to be a barista, you're kind of ahead of a lot of the things, because for some people it is a filler job, for some people. So,
for sure.
And then there is that, unfortunately, still that conflict of it is a skilled job. There's a lot that goes into it. Like you said, steaming the milk, the latte art, different drinks. There is a skill to it, but maybe from the outside looking into, some people it is just, you know,
Making some coffees.
a job,
Yeah,
like a filler job
for
to
sure.
some people, but it does work for some
Yeah.
people, that is what it is.
Yeah.
Which I guess is then a challenge as a manager, is like understanding
Yeah.
who you've got, why
Do
they
we
want
want
to,
that
why
type
they're
of person?
there,
Yeah, or this type of
or
person.
who do you
Yeah,
want? Because I guess you can
exactly.
kind of make that decision as well
Yeah.
when you're hiring.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because, yeah, you have some people come in and it's just this intense want to learn about coffee. And then you've got a bunch of other people, which is so valid in its own right,
Yeah.
but very different, is, well, I just think it's really cool and I just like want to know how it's done.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
sick. Probably not great for our space then. Might work really well in a different coffee shop that maybe is slightly less busy or slightly less high capacity or whatever. But you kind of have to have that little in between of, okay, do we need someone like this who maybe is like, yeah, I just kind of want to see what it's like behind the bar.
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes that can really work.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
their curiosity is placed right, then, you know, perfect.
And at that right level for a role
Exactly.
that if they're not with the intention of, you know, going up really
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
industry, it's just perfect.
Yeah,
they're
they're
really
chilling.
good at that
Exactly.
level behind the bar, making good coffee.
Yeah.
They're great with the customers.
Yeah.
And they're really happy to be at that.
Yeah, exactly. Because some people do come in with just this, like, yeah, I just kind of want to see what it's all about. And you're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
if that's what it's going to be, then let's do it.
Yeah.
And then you've got other people who have that more intense need to learn. And then that's a different job role, even though it's under the same umbrella term of like barista, front of house. You just kind of have to, yeah, it's just like, I don't know, like too many strings to be pulling,
Yeah.
which is wild. But it's, yeah, it's all a learning experience. And
Yeah,
it's
of course.
incredible to be in charge of it, to be honest. Like, I'm like, I do have quite a bit of like imposter syndrome where I'm like, I don't think I should be like left in charge of this. Like, I don't think this is like, I'm
Like
25.
the whole shop?
Like, yeah, what do you mean? Like, the manager is insane. I'm like, shit, I'm the manager.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can only go so far if you're, you know, at one point
Yeah.
in life, if you're kind of stuck at one level.
Yeah. 100%.
If you get logged in the deep end, then you gotta learn how to swim. So
Yeah, it's
guess
how
that's
you
what I'm
learn,
doing.
right?
Exactly.
It's like that. If people say, "Can you do this?"
Yeah.
and your answer, you almost are telling yourself the answer.
Yeah.
If you say no,
Yeah.
then maybe you will never
Then,
do it because
yeah,
you're always going to say
exactly.
no. And so learning about
sure.
it. But yeah, such a cool experience at a young age as well. So you
Yeah.
just said that, yeah, 25. So yeah, making me feel old now.
No, not at all.
I'm the other side of 30 now. So
Really?
yeah, so 31. Which is crazy.
That is crazy.
When I think about it, really, because I'm like, caught up with some uni friends this weekend actually.
Okay.
And we're going back, so we studied in Bath, which amazing
nice.
city. I don't know if you've
love,
been, like,
yeah,
how much you know.
I love Bath. I used to have a friendship group there, so I
Oh,
went there
nice.
quite a lot.
Yeah.
Stunning. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going back. We didn't fully appreciate it when we studied
Yeah.
there, 100%. Then it
That's
got
okay.
to the
That's
last.
normal.
It got to like the last few months of final year, and we were like, "What have we not done in the city that we need to do?"
Nice.
And you go and like try and explore everything. But yeah, really nice. So we try to go back there when we can. Like my wife and I, we loved it there as well. But yeah, so we're going next year, but it's the 10-year anniversary of graduating, and we're like, oh
You're
gosh,
like, oh, it's
is that worth
happened.
celebrating? Like, yeah. But then it happens and it goes quick, and then
Yeah.
you know, with us expecting the little one, other friends doing it, like
Yeah. And a good
homes.
sign that you're still in touch as well. Like,
Yeah,
over
so the
those
whole of
years.
that group pretty much. I've
Really?
got two friendship groups from uni. Really, one's all
Nice.
guys, one's all girls.
Nice.
But there's a bit more of that, which, yeah, we can go. I went to an all boys school growing up.
Okay.
Just a bit of an aside, then I'll go back to that. But I really struggled in like male dominated environments.
Okay.
Partly because my parents, like, they split when I was quite young.
Okay.
Just, yeah, we touched my coffee. Let's talk a little bit about my mental health.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so I was in a very male dominated environment, and it was grammar school, so like you had to pass an exam to get there, and it
Oh,
was
wow,
quite
okay.
a competitive
Yeah,
environment,
yeah.
should I say, which is why I'm still quite. I struggle with, like, productivity is often my main judge of if I've had a good day or not, which I know isn't
Okay.
necessarily the healthiest.
Yeah, I hear that.
But yeah, so then still like have a good relationship with my dad, but it just at that time I didn't have a man at home.
Yeah.
So I was kind of trying to discover what masculinity was.
Yeah.
And then a very male environment. And at home I had my two sisters and my mum, so it was very
Okay,
female
yeah.
environment. So then when I went to uni, all of my course mates and like the friends I gravitated to, actually it was like girls. So that was like my first like main friendship
Yeah.
group, because it was just nice to be out of like a male dominated
Yeah.
environment. Oh my god, people who
fresh air.
want to listen to how I feel, like, without being massively stereotyping there, and people who follow the platform know that I'm just kind of joking, but that was how it felt at the time. And
Right.
it was nice. It was just a fresh start, and it was
Yeah.
different, new city, new group of people. But then one of my housemates was the group of guys, and then but it's nice that so 10 years on from graduating, we're still I'm still very close with a lot of them.
That's really impressive.
So that's really nice, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but long time ago now.
Yeah.
But
okay.
nice. We're all kind of growing up together. But you get back. It's like that. I'm sure you have the same with friendship groups where you get back together and you like transported right back to when you were younger. And you're just like
wild.
Just silly, just start talking nonsense.
But it's nice, it's good, it's necessary to have people who have known you for a long period of time to kind of come back to yourself sometimes and be like,
definitely.
this is who I am.
Yeah.
And this is fun and nice.
Exactly, and that playful side, like I think I'm not very good at that, having fun. Like it's either like I'm quite good at I'm quite good at like resting. Quite good at like working, but it's that play now. I think as I'm getting older, and it's like it's okay, like as an adult to
have some fun.
Do something just for the sake of it because you enjoy it.
I'm learning that a lot recently. I've been tapping into that. I came into my 25th year, so this year my birthday's on the 25th of January.
Okay.
So 25th of January 2025. I was turning 25. So I came into this year being like, this is going to be the best year of my life, and I'm going to make it so. So I've been trying to do 25 new things this year, which I don't do like New Year's resolutions. I don't do commitments.
I'm the same,
it's too much
pressure. And
I don't like it. We don't need it. But I was like, let's just try and do some new things. Hence why I said yes to this. I feel like I might not have if it wasn't for my little list.
Okay.
Just because it's so out of my comfort zone. But just doing, one of them was like host a garden party, host like a reading session, go on a friendship group holiday, like with the friend group. Things that you're like, it's not really like a big thing, but it's a new thing to me, and it's putting time aside to just have fun and to like just hang out with your pals.
That's what it is.
And I had a garden party. It was the best evening of my life. Like nothing happened. It wasn't like, a rave. We weren't like, partying till the early morning. It was just a group, several groups of people from like work, a couple different friendship groups, all in one place. We were playing board games. We were eating good food. And you're just like, wow, this is like really nice. Just to do something that's so simple, but so impactful to just how you then carry on with your week. You're like, that was really nice. And it sticks. And it's so simple. I just got people around in one afternoon.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
it took me a lot of time to cook the food, but,
I know what I mean, but the idea, some of these things that seem... So, and again, it doesn't have to be garden parties, but when people have these lists or things that they're like, oh, I'm not sure, like, I've never done that before.
Yeah.
Could I do that? Do I really want to do that? And
yeah.
The barrier so often is just kind of the mental kind of block of it.
Definitely.
And once you actually start to put things into place and you do it, and it is nice to try different things. And I say just to have something aside just for fun.
Yeah.
Because that's where as I said about the productivity, I do struggle sometimes. Where I'm like, oh, but I could be doing something more useful with my time, or I could be doing something more beneficial with my time. But that's okay if you've got this time scheduled in.
Definitely.
Then it's important.
I've got pottery painting scheduled for this week.
Oh, nice.
All of these little things. I'm just trying to drop
little
them all
activity,
in. Yeah, for sure. It just it makes the week better. Yeah, not saying that I do it every week. I definitely don't. I'm also the type of person who goes to bed at 7:30. So like,
but I'm sure you have early starts though, right?
I do have very early starts.
So I think that's fair enough.
It balances itself out.
Whereas there's me who rolls out of bed sometimes at like 8:45 in the morning. So you're probably like 3 hours into your work day by then. So
yeah, I am one of those people who like has to have an hour before work to like not even do stuff, to just adjust myself to go into work. I'm the person who'll like rock up early just to sit downstairs and be like, okay, I'm at work now. Just that transition of like, I'm at work and I'm going to start work in 10 minutes and everything's going to be fine. I can't be that person who walks through the door like 5 minutes before straight on service. No, I'll be there like, what do you want? Huh? What? We don't sell, we do sell. I can't do this. Gotta get my mind ready. But yeah, it does mean an early start. That's okay, adulthood.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Just
earning money.
Earning money and doing our thing.
Gotta do it.
But but it sounds like it's a lot of fun working there.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Again, it's hard to say of an experience. As I said, I'm quite pleased. I'm pleased letting other people do hospitality.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because I was talking about imposter syndrome. You mentioned there about management, but how cool at your age as well to have that experience and something that maybe 2 years ago when you applied.
Yeah.
If someone had told you, if they'd have told you in 2 years you'll be managing, think there's a part of you that might have said,
I
not
don't
for
want
me?
that job. No, 100%. Yeah, I would have been like, no, I'm not, this isn't what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And to be given that opportunity as well by the owner to have that faith in me as a kid who walked in. And I struggled when I started that job. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was with people who knew, like, fully blown adults who knew exactly what they were doing. And I was just this kid who'd, like, worked in a little kids museum across the road and who was there just so out of my depth. And for her to see that there was potential in, you know, me being in that space is pretty impressive, actually, because I didn't come into it with the greatest attitude. But I've definitely switched it around now.
Yeah.
And yeah, very
That's
happy to
amazing,
be
though.
there.
It takes so much someone else seeing. I know there's all these phrases that get thrown around, like, you know, if you can't see the value in yourself, then how's anyone else, you know? And, and to a certain extent, I think, if you talk negatively to yourself and put yourself down, then you're going to be impacting. Because if you're speaking negatively all the time. But sometimes someone else seeing it or opening up the possibility that could be an option.
For sure.
And that's why I think mentors, like, I love that term. I love the idea of mentors or people that take someone under their wing.
Yeah.
Whether it's professionally, personally, just in life, having that experience.
Definitely. And she's very much done that. She, like I said, came into that job. I wasn't super thrilled about being there when I started. And I'm very much the type of, well, I don't know about now, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm quite black and white in my thinking of like, well, if this isn't working for me, I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
Which I'd say I'm a little bit more lenient now, but back then I was like, don't need it. So I was like, I'm just going to stay 6 months so it can go on my CV, and then, you know, I don't need it, it's fine. And we had several conversations at the beginning where she would point out that I'd come in and I'd be like, if it was like in the middle of a rush or whatever, and I was on customer service a lot, I was on till a lot when I started, I'd be walking around, I'd be like, I'm stressed, overheated, I can't do this, and this person's complaining about this, and da-da-da-da, and I'd be that little, like, blabbermouth in the corner just being like, I'm tired, I don't want to do it, like a little, like, 4-year-old just having, and I was working hard, but I was also, like, yapping a lot about it, and we've had, like, a lot of conversations where she's like, just, like, cut the negative self-talk, like, if you're saying that you're stressed, you're going to be stressed, if you're saying that you're making mistakes, you're going to be making mistakes, and it's not necessarily about shutting down that side of yourself, but more so just flipping it over, being like, okay, I feel a little bit overwhelmed. What's the next step that I need to do though?
Yes.
Regardless, or including that feeling, I still have a job to do. There's still people that have ordered 5 coffees and I'm not making them. I'm just stood here yapping about how bad I feel.
Yeah.
And that has completely changed how I work. Her viewpoint of just shut it down a little bit. You know, you're at work.
Yeah.
Let it go. It's not important. You messed up a sandwich. Don't worry about it. The way that I work now, and then the way that I train people now is so incredibly different. Just from having her be like, oh, mindset change a little bit. Yeah. You know, come on, click into it.
And it's so true. And you've got to lean into it, I think.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, and I can imagine there were times that's almost the last thing you want to hear.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're like, oh, so you're telling me I'm the problem.
Yeah, like, what do you mean? Did you hear what that woman said to me?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, there's 5 coffees waiting, and that's my fault.
Yeah,
like, I can see where there would be that barrier, because sometimes as well, people, there's a stubbornness, I think, as well to that of like, I'm not happy about it, and I kind of want to let people know, but I want to get it out. It's a way of venting it. And,
for sure.
And I think my manager as well, she's brilliant. She's great. And like professionally, in terms of, I think she's very experienced in the field I work in and very well connected, and that's really important being in startups and being in that Oxford University environment. Yeah. But at the same time, she can take that work hat off, and sometimes she'll talk to me and say something that maybe the company wouldn't say, but she's just, you know, on a personal level, like, for you, do this. Or one of the big things she says, you know, we don't work in A&E, like, lives do not depend on what you're doing. Because I am someone who, I'm getting a lot better now, but would hate to be perceived like I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
Even if I didn't know what I'm doing. So it's like, even if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm creating stress for myself by, oh no, like, someone's going to realise that I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. And I've just realised it's so easy, and that's what managers and good managers are there for, is if I don't know what, I just ask. Yeah. And it sounds so simple. Yeah. And there'll be people who probably have never had that issue because they've just always felt, but there's someone to ask. But I'm sure there'll be people who relate where they're like, especially you come into a new job, or, you know, you get a slight responsibility increase. Yeah. And it feels like you start it again as And so she's really good, and it makes a big difference because
Yeah,
you just
for
feel
sure.
comfortable as well
Yeah.
to be able to get it wrong.
Yeah, because otherwise there can be such a block as well in how you then progress. I've had a couple people that I've trained where I've just taken them, especially when they start, taking them aside, ask me the same question over and over and over again. At no point, if I get annoyed, it's never at you. It'll be if I've had an annoying conversation with someone.
Yeah.
I'm never going to get annoyed at you. I want you to be asking me questions because you're not learning if you're not asking questions. And there's only so much that I can pluck off the top of my head to talk at you about.
Yes.
But it's how people learn. They think of the questions, they ask the question, they hear the answer, rather than me standing there going, when you get this, do this. When you get this, do this. And when you do this, don't do this. It's not going to go in. Especially in hospitality, I feel like it's quite common that neurodivergent people work in, especially like high-paced environment or like fast-paced environments. I've got a lot of people that I'm working with that are ADHD, autistic, or both. And I'm like, I want to figure out how you work so that we can kind of meet in the middle here. And if I can't just stand here then and talk at you, that's not going to work. Especially like, if you've got ADHD, you don't particularly want someone to be stood there just talking at you for like an hour on your trial shift. Ask me questions, you're going to forget, I don't mind if you forget. And just having that, like, starting off of the basis of you're learning, I'm here to help you learn. Let's, be on the same page, I think has a great impact. And it also came from me learning from very good people who were willing to be like, actually, now that you've asked that, great question, let's go through it. And I'm like, okay, perfect.
Yeah, and it's how it then fills in a culture within a workplace. It starts somewhere and it just filters down.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think they're really important as well for a workplace. And say, for example, for your boss or for Tree Artisan, that initially, and you kind of said yourself, the way you came in, they might have thought, less challenge. But the fact that they saw something in you. So for yourself, for your benefit, but for their benefit as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It shows that
otherwise
sometimes,
the turnover would be well faster if we never got a second chance,
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Definitely.
Cool. And coffee's like the vehicle for all of that.
Yes,
as you say.
it is.
So coffee is, and then creates that environment.
Yeah.
But no, talking of environments, connection and stuff, I want to talk about Oxford Coffee Festival, which I did miss, which I was gutted about because it's the first one as well.
Yeah, it was.
Was in Portugal at the time though, so I can't complain too much.
You know what? We'll let you have it.
Yeah, it was on a family holiday in Portugal.
Nice.
And I feel like that was,
Yeah.
I can't say I was thinking too much of the Oxford Coffee Festival when I was there.
Do you know what? I'll let you have it.
Yeah, but how was it? How was the experience?
It was incredible. It's, kind of building on the community that we've been talking about of introducing ourselves to new people. We were at the far end of this really big hall. I mean, there were like, I didn't really get a chance to walk around, but there were a lot of vendors there. There were a lot of people, and a lot of customers, or I don't know what you call them, like people who paid to be there, coming in and just getting to connect with a lot of people that we wouldn't generally connect with was really good. We hosted the Latte Art Throwdown, which was incredible. Which I organised, which was slightly less incredible, just because it was a lot of work.
So that going right down to, making sure you get people to compete and
that was
all of it.
That was the most intense part. Was I was like, what if no one shows up? Like, what if no one comes and competes? And I obviously have my Instagram page, and I have quite a lot of people that I've connected with. Through that, so I was messaging all of them being like, guys, come to Oxford Coffee Festival, do you want to be in a latte art throwdown? You know you do. I'll be hosting it, like, nothing can go wrong, help me. So it was literally every step of the way we were figuring out how our stand was going to look. We were working with 2 single group Slayer espresso machines, talking about like how much milk we're going to have, how things are going to be set up, how we're going to get people there, how they're going to sign up, what the prizes are going to be, and whilst also communicating with the people who are running the whole festival, which obviously is a lot of back and forth. Just something that I've never touched in my life is event managing. I've never done that. So it was a big step, but I didn't get the chance to talk to a lot of people afterwards, but I'm very happy with how it went, and I'm very happy with the people that showed up to watch, and again, just connecting with different people, and everyone did a great job. I was just watching these pours. It was with oat milk as well. Just watching them being like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. but yeah, it was a lovely time, and just connecting with people that, like I said, we don't generally connect with.
Yeah.
And getting our name out there was great. But it did give me a lot of headaches, for sure, on the lead up. The whole month of October, I was like, my head is like full of bees. It was just like, I gotta do this, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do this, and what if we don't have this? And like, we had no running water. So like, how does that even work? So then we were filling up the like bottoms of the coffee machine with water from all the way down the hall and all of these things. Crazy. But I think we pulled it off.
Nice.
Nothing went too badly wrong.
Yeah.
It was a really good time, and I'm hoping that it happens again next year.
Again, yeah.
And you won't be in Portugal.
No, I won't be in Portugal. Make sure I'm there. No,
We'll
definitely.
book you in.
It'd be really good. It's really good to get along, and like the Oxford Coffee community did a lot for myself in a time when I really was, I felt like I needed a sense of belonging somewhere, and I guess that was the place that gave me that.
For sure.
Which is why it was really cool to like see this Oxford Coffee Festival happen, because there are so many great cafes and spots in Oxford.
There's so many.
When I think about it now, I'm surprised it's kind of taken this long for an Oxford Coffee Festival to happen.
For sure, yeah, because it's such a hub of coffee community that you're like, why wouldn't it?
Because you could also, like, Oxfordshire will be there, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Potentially get some Cotswolds people down. I'm not sure who was there and who was on the list, but
I'm not sure who was there.
yeah, I'm sure you had enough.
I was like tunnel visioned.
Carrying buckets of water across the hall, so you're like,
I'm like, hey guys, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and it was just lovely to see everyone in one space. You don't really get to, like, obviously we're all working in coffee shops, we're all kind of doing the same thing, but connecting with other coffee shops is so rare because you're working so hard. Yeah. So it was so nice to see them all there. And just in one space, and I feel like everyone was just so thrilled to like be there as well. I know that they were all high off of caffeine as well, so it's a really good point. But
everyone's just like
woo, Tree Artisan.
So you see everyone a couple of hours after the event, and they're all on the calm
on the floor. Yeah, literally. Bless them. But yeah, it was really good, and I'm very much looking forward to doing it again. Hopefully. Next year. Definitely.
No, that'd be good. Hopefully it will happen again.
Yeah.
And as I say, it's a lot probably because even for the event organisers, it was the first time, so there's not even anything to go off or lessons. So you are all going into it. And fair play to everyone who went. So for example, like Tree Artisan, anyone who's going, because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah. No, definitely. No, they did a great job. Just in awe of how they pulled it off, to be honest. It's two brothers who just decided that they wanted to give it a go.
Love that.
Like
we were saying earlier about like saying things, or people might have said to them like, "Can we do it?" And there would have been doubts, I'm sure, but they're like, "Well, why not?"
Sure.
And if it went horribly, like, what's the worst that can happen? I guess is the question.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No one turns up, and yet they did.
And they did.
So we're all fine.
So yeah, one for next year for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I do need to get back out into the coffee scene in Oxford.
Okay,
I feel like
don't press yourself.
got a lot going on. But yeah, so I presume, were Jericho there? Jericho
Coffee Traders. Nice. We had we had Columbia Coffee Roasters. Yeah. We had Dark Arts Coffee, I think, as well.
Nice. Sorry, I don't want to run through them all because I'm sure there'll be one that's missed.
Not trying to name drop or anything.
No, but yeah, no, because they're like great, and obviously like
Jericho Coffee Traders, love.
Similar to when you mentioned about you were sending out applications, and Tree came back to you as at one point where I was like, coffee, it's done a lot for myself, it's helped me with my mental health, and I was looking at the cappuccino brand was starting to grow a little bit, and I was wanting to give back a bit, so then have my own blend, which I did speak to a few roasters locally, and I was just, that I was like, I'm going to send out an email. Some people might not know who I am, they might get it a lot, maybe not that often, I don't know, people just asking for blends, I don't know, that's the kind of thing they get, like, they're just like, who's this guy who just wants a blend?
Who's this guy?
But had a few get back. A few of them, it wasn't the right time. They didn't have the capacity.
Right.
I can understand it's quite a lot to commit to.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jericho came back and then was working with Stretch, like the head roaster there.
Nice.
And did the kind of flavour profile. So did the cupping, and we worked out what we wanted on the blend. So for me, it was really cool just to be exposed to what that looks like. So at Osney Mead at like their roastery, so I went like round the back, and we were doing things there. I kind of sent them across the logo, and they kind of, it's now just one of their coffees that they have. And I've actually seen as well, they do a lot of charity coffees, which is really cool. And I think that was partly why for them it wasn't totally new as well.
Right, yeah.
I'd seen they'd done a few, they'd done one for Ukraine and various, and now they've done quite a few, which is great that they're still doing, and so helping the community in a lot of ways. And so Supports Restore, which is like a mental health charity locally that I've done a lot for, and have done various fundraisers, half marathon, which felt a long time ago. And that's I'm not in any shape to do that again anytime soon. I've done that one, but I've done various things for them and try to support them where I can, and so it was really nice that they've got this coffee, and for about 3 years or so now that coffee's been going, and it's just you know,
and
one of the
cool
listings, and quite cool for myself, to have it there, and self-care blend, and so that was a really nice for me. That was I was so surprised when they came back and were like, yeah, we know who you are, we know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
they're so connected with the community. Like it's so they're just so involved. It's great just seeing like their socials and stuff of just all the things they're doing. You're like, wow, like
that's what I think. So coffee, and I think that all started from a small, like maybe they just had on the back of a bike or something. They were tiny.
I can't remember where it was they started, but I did a summer stint in Hinksey Park with a small company called the Trading Post, who were using Jericho Coffee Traders' old Vespa. So their old little van, which I think they might have started out
Yeah, I think it might have just started out in the van, and now they've got, I think, 3 sites in Oxford.
Right?
They've got the Castle, there's the High Street,
Castle,
and then the Rose Street.
Yeah.
And I know they do various things like Royal Albert Hall they've got now, and
they do,
various things.
They're branching out, really cool. Just love
shows.
Yeah, exactly. Steps up.
So how long till the next Tree Artisan? No,
yeah.
You're like, we're taking over.
Hyperventilating. No, don't do that yet. Give me 6 more months, guys.
Let me just
take a breather.
And then in 6 months' time, you start thinking about the coffee festival again.
Oh god, it's all going on. London Coffee Festival and then Oxford Coffee Festival. It's crazy. Yeah. It's
good though. The community is great, and I think I say it's that the people you meet through it are. Well, you mentioned even at Oxford, I think. So Jazz was there, who was on the pod a while ago now. Yeah, we had a great conversation, and she's brilliant.
It's so nice. It's just people that you don't, like I said, like you wouldn't connect with these people if they weren't in the same industry as you. And Instagram has really helped with that in a way that I just wasn't expecting at all. Like I started it just to be like, let's see how good I can get my latte out. Just like
almost for yourself. It's like a little journal. You can look back and see how much better I'm getting.
And then just the amount of people that I've connected with is just, and they're all so open and so welcoming and so lovely. And it's just like, whoa, like this, I've never even thought this would happen. And just like people like Jazz that you're meeting at events where you're like, oh, you're here and you're here and you're here. Like, this is so exciting. I've only ever, witnessed you existing on social media. Now you're here. It's so cool.
I had at London Coffee Festival a few times.
I've been.
It's like I don't know someone's name. I just know that they're like with the Farm Boy Brews. I don't know if you follow me, James, and then there was me. They were just like cappuccino.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like,
I do actually have a name,
but you can call me Hans.
Bless
but it's like nice, and I think especially recent times, and I understand it. Social media gets a lot of a bad rap, and I get it. Like I am limiting my use a little bit. It sounds ironic considering the platform's all on here, but it's a bit more, I try and put things out, not try and consume as much because it helps the platform and people still seem to engage. But I don't have Facebook anymore. Maybe you're probably too young for Facebook.
I was on Facebook.
Are you one of that generation who said, "Oh, it's just mums, it's just Facebook mums," and just
I don't want to.
It's just spotted. It's just spotted groups. People saying, "Why haven't the bins been collected and stuff?" But
scary place. But I was on there briefly.
It was. I feel like when we started secondary school, that's when Facebook started for my generation. So that was the big one. But they're not really on that anymore. X, Twitter. I'm big into football, so I just use it to follow sport. But I'd advise, not to go. I wouldn't say you're not missing out on anything there, to be honest. But in terms of particularly during the lockdowns, obviously it helped. Like that was when I started the platform, and so I think everyone became home baristas, and and everyone was getting really. So that was what I guess with me it helped grow the page as well. When I was doing my latte art and things like that, had a lot more time at home. I think the social media side of it is really positive in that community.
Definitely.
I think that's why when I hear people very negative about social media, I get it, but there are nice little corners of the
Yeah.
internet there, and nice
Yeah.
communities and groups
Definitely.
that are really helpful as well.
Yeah, and you don't know about them until you're
Until
in
you're
them.
in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
For sure. But no, we're probably wrapping up. I feel like chatting away.
We could keep going.
But
We
it's
could do
been-
this forever.
Yeah, but it's been great to hear about like the cafe, about your kind of journey there as well, which I think is really cool, and could be like for people as well who are listening, or anyone, like you never know. And I've had it myself. I've gone into jobs where I think this is going to be it.
Yeah.
This is a career.
Yeah.
And then you end up moving, and then it's ones that you kind of fall into, like that end up being the thing that you end up, and you don't know until you're in it. And I think not just with jobs, with anything. So it's try new things, I guess.
That's what we're
is
doing.
a message. Try new
we're
things.
trying new things.
You know,
for sure.
if you don't like it, you don't like it. But
yeah,
you don't know what you don't know.
yeah, it is.
Without getting too cliche, but no. But there's a question I ask everyone. So I do want to ask yourself before we finish, and that is, what does happiness mean to you?
Oh, what does happiness mean to me? Great question. Well, I know we've talked about it a lot, but I think for me, especially in getting that little bit older and finding my friendship group and my people, I'd say happiness for me is in community, and finding your little corner of the earth and feeling very content in it. I grew up home educated, so I had my little social evenings, but slightly more limited than your average kid, and then grew up just trying to figure out how to navigate the social world. And then in my first hospitality job, I met my very solid friendship group that I'm still very much a part of, and that's just completely changed how I navigate life, how I approach, how I talk to myself, just by being around people who are so supportive and so just full of love, have a lot of love to give. I used to classify myself as quite like a grumpy person, and I wouldn't say that I'm not grumpy anymore, but I'm definitely more of such a happier, bouncier, open person, because I've found my people, and I've connected with them. Even I've got that friendship group, and then I also have, like we've said, this community on Instagram, this community from coffee, and it's just so important to kind of find your feet somewhere, and connect with people who are different to you but similar, have similar interests. That to me has just created so much happiness in my life, of just connecting with people and feeling very much at home with people. That to me is just that's my source of happiness, is just
amazing.
connecting with people. Yeah.
I love it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
No, I mean, I don't know you too well, but even hearing that, it's really, really nice to hear. And I can kind of see in yourself the energy,
Thanks.
you're feeling that when you're saying it.
I'm glad.
And see that. So it's been amazing. Great to chat. I realised we didn't even touch about Brazil, where you're going.
Oh,
but I feel like we're still
crazy,
going to But again, you're talking about new things, new experiences.
Yeah.
I guess that
that is
quite a big one.
included, for sure. I never
language,
thought I'd go so far across the world as to Brazil. But that's from Tree Artisan. That's from a girl who worked there who has now moved back. And I'm so excited. It's 2 weeks today that I'm going.
Oh wow! So it really is.
Oh my god, I'm so anxious. I'm so nervous. I'm not anxious about going. I'm anxious about the fact that I feel like I haven't prepared enough.
Yeah, but that's with everything, right?
Yeah,
you're never going to feel
exactly.
how prepared could you be?
Yeah, it's
Presume
fine.
you're fluent with the language now, so you're
so
good.
fluent. Yeah, just me and Portuguese like this.
Yeah. So now can you tell me what happiness means to you in Portuguese? No.
No, thank you. Give me a year.
Yeah. But no, again, I'm sure it'll be an amazing time.
Yeah, for sure. You'll see it on Instagram.
I'm sure I'll see it. It'll be all over there. And again, thanks so much for
thank you for
joining
having me.
And it's been great. And I will try get myself down to the cafe.
Yeah, for
at
sure.
some point. Not while you're in Brazil, though, I guess.
Yeah, no, don't. Not the
All this
first 2
time
weeks
I've
of
not been.
December.
And I'll be like, oh, I finally made it.
I'm like, no. No, maybe New Year.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
nice.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this latest episode of Flat Whites and Insights, and I really hope you gained something from that conversation, because I know I certainly did. It would mean a lot if you can head over to Instagram and give Cappuccino a follow. This is where you can keep up with the content that I'm putting out and where I'm hoping to raise awareness of mental health through my passions for football, coffee, and people. In addition to this, if you want to reach out and connect or come on the podcast yourself and have a conversation, please do get in touch, because I'm always keen to speak to new people and hear about new experiences. Thank you so much. Take care, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.